Everything hurts but feels good.
Yeah. We haven't spoken a word since the event happened. Oh, by the way, this is the Glowtime Pose to Glowtime event episode. Woo, here we are. Everyone was excited for it, but boy, you shouldn't have been, because we haven't said a word, but as soon as you made that noise, I related.
Yeah, you felt when I gasped for air.
Yeah, I could just tell you were just running low on oxygen. Your poor brain just has seconds left.
What did you... We watched the iPhone 16 is out, Apple Watch Series 10 is out, AirPods 4 is out, massive AirPods Max. You could argue it's the biggest upgrade to AirPods Max in the history of AirPods Max.
Maybe the biggest update to anything that goes on your ears ever.
And we've got the completely revamped Apple Watch Ultra 12.
Love that.
And all the Apple Intelligence features are out. They just released them early.
They were like, remember how we said it's coming next month? Just kidding, it's right here. I'm curious though, what did you think about the magnetic band system on Series 10?
Oh, that was actually, you're just jumping ahead to my favorite part already.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I was actually most excited for the adaptive audio coming to AirPods Max.
Okay.
Because that was a feature I was looking forward to.
That's cool. Yeah.
I was trying to think of like an iPhone 16 rumor that didn't happen, but I feel like the iPhone 16, I feel like we kind of got what we expected.
Man, you know what would be really silly?
Yeah.
If all of the leaks, were calling the button a capture button, and that absolutely makes the most sense and is absolutely the best marketing name, it'd be so silly if Apple was just like, and they called it something else that takes longer to say.
It feels
that would be wild.
It feels like... I think that they were looking at the leaks and they got butthurt and they were like, we're changing it. We're changing it
like
just
that
because.
So much. Dude, the listeners right now, especially if you can't see our faces, they're probably like, dude, what? Did I see a different event than them?
Okay, let's pull it up. I like doing this on YouTube. I find this the most fun as a viewer, so I want to pull it up for everybody to see. We're gonna go frame by frame, breaking down the Apple.
Frame by frame, I love it for us. That's amazing.
No, not actually frame by frame, but I do love that even Apple is doing a keynote recap now. Like,
dude,
forget the YouTubers.
Yeah, YouTubers. It's like Walmart making great value stuff instead of just, they're like, oh, that's a really good idea. We're just going to make that instead. Apple did that.
Yeah.
It's great value.
It's smart.
That's your great value recap.
Let me find the event. It's not even showing up here because it feels like it's been forever, but also not at all anytime.
Yeah, dude, it feels, this feels like it was last year's event.
Yeah. Okay, the opening video. What did you think about a bunch of Apple people dancing, and then it would just show random facts about them?
Yeah, that's cool. That's, all right.
I will say I was...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm just not like... it just wasn't... It was good, but it wasn't hyping me up, like a pre-vid should for something as big as, I don't know, their most important event of the year. Maybe that's too much to ask.
I just thought the facts were kind of funny. It went from Susan Putman used AirPods Pro to call 911 after an injury slaughtered her. It was like Susan's leg fell off and she called 911 with AirPods.
And then the next one
is Jocelyn got her degree.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing at these, but it was like Tony FaceTimes his grandkids every week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it went from specific, like, this is what it did specifically for this person in their specific unique use case, to this guy uses FaceTime.
Yeah.
How about that?
Maurice had a heart attack and was left unconscious for days with this Apple. That's not actually what it says, but that was how I read it in my head. I don't know. This was a super mid intro. I genuinely was bored. I was cool. People use Apple products in fun ways. It wasn't very emotional for me. It didn't do the same thing I remember last year's event video was the very dramatic Apple Watch saved this person's life. It was all dramatic things.
Yeah.
I will say the intro video, unlike WWDC, which was all the Apple execs literally jumping out of a plane and parachuting down to Apple Park.
It's a little less than that, yeah.
It
a
was
little
a
less
little bit
effort.
less.
You know how last week on the show we were like, well, Gurman said they just finished filming like 2 weeks ago. They absolutely, definitely just the amount of effort in this was just they were like they didn't even care about doing transitions. There were a couple, but then they just randomly started fading out and fading back in. Like, what is this? Would you edit this in iMovie? What happened?
Well,
Is next month's event just so spectacular that they didn't even care about this one and just sped through it?
I'm so happy you talked about that because I want to discuss the filming of this event throughout because it absolutely, okay, if we're separating the announcements and the products and we're just talking about it, John and I make videos.
Yeah.
This was without a doubt the laziest Apple event they've put out since they started doing these.
Agree.
Okay,
And don't
I'm glad
worry,
we
we'll
agree.
get to the products, but yeah, absolutely they didn't have any oomph. It didn't have any weight to this event. I didn't feel like usually there's a feeling of after an Apple event happens, right? So Tim goes, "Thanks for watching." And he puts his hands together and then an Apple logo and then it's done. Usually there's a period after that where I'm like, where I have to take a breath from how much awesome I was just hit with. And it ended, and I was like, okay, anyway. Just like, it did not feel... That's what I mean. We brought this up last week. The whole season felt different as it was. But this before we ever saw the mediocre event. And I don't want it... See, everyone gets excited around this time of year. And I learned a lesson a while ago. And it's don't be negative when everyone else is excited. It really kills the vibe, you know? And I don't want to kill the vibe. But sometimes the vibe kills itself. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it doesn't even need me to kill it. Sometimes there was just no vibe.
That's the quote of this event, man. Sometimes the vibe kills itself.
There was no like consistency. There wasn't a theme for this event. They just kind of... I don't know who maybe didn't have a director. Maybe it was just Apple Intelligence made it. Apple Intelligence is strictly business. No fun transitions. I don't know, man.
Tim Cook opens the event. He says 3 things. What does he say we're getting?
He says Apple Watch, AirPods, a phone.
Okay. There we go. Right off the bat, we know no Macs, no iPads. How are you holding up after the loss of no iPad mini being announced?
Don't.
Sorry, I had to add insult to injury.
That is so... Mark Gurman, you dirty man. I can't believe there was a week of my life where I really thought an iPad mini was about to drop. A week where I was like, okay, I am definitely getting an iPad mini and it will ship to me and I'll probably have it in 2 weeks. That is a fucking lie. Well, how... Worst Apple event I've ever seen, actually, now that I think of it. That's just the worst. I've never seen a worse one than this one.
Yeah, now that I think of it, no iPad mini was actually the best part of this Apple event.
Yeah, fuck you, pal. How about that? Also, I just want to say, you know how they're making it a point to shoot it on iPhone? Mm-hmm. Well, I did something different this time for this event. I watched it on a projector at about 150 inches. That exposes a lot of shortcomings iPhone video looks great on an iPhone. And then when it gets to be that big, it kind of starts to fall apart. Like you can really see where cinematic mode was turned on, where it's absolutely not real bokeh and it's trying its best, but not that they should stop using iPhone. This is more a public service announcement to never watch these on a projector. Don't ever do that. Mistakes were made.
I also felt that about... It's so funny how we are kind of the same.
We literally didn't say a word to each other before this, and...
Yeah, he started texting me. I just saw the little 3 dots pop up for his bubble, and I said, no, not now.
I love this feeling because we only get to redo this a few times a year, like 3 times a year. and one time a year for the iPhone event. And sometimes our energy doesn't match. Like, we don't have the same opinion about the event. So it's just nice that there's no friction going into this episode of Genius Bar. We both agree. And the only friction that there's going to be is apparently going to be between us and the audience, because I'm guessing there's a couple that are upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah.
Unless they agree too.
Should we jump into what came first?
Yeah. iPad mini.
We actually got the Apple Watch Series 10.
Yeah.
Incredible unveil video. Shows off. I saw this reflection. The best one of the
event, I think.
Oh. Actually, I'm going to disagree because it's a hot take, but I'll tell you why. But we get Apple Watch Series 10. They announce it. We go over to Jeff Williamos in... I always wonder this too. So they're clearly filming this like broadly in a public area. Do you think, are these all extras in the background, or are these real people? Like, could I have been out there and could I have run up and heard the rumor, like the act, not even the rumor, just can I listen?
I'm going to guess one, that area is definitely most certainly blocked off. And those are either extras or they're just far enough to where they can't hear anything that's being said. And you can't see them because cinematic mode is turned on.
But I think about these things, you know, as a content creator, like, or I also thought, could I plant little microphones around San Francisco and do a Dark Knight ending scene where I can hear everything that's being said?
I like that. Let's try it. Next year.
Next year.
Actually, there's an event next month if you're interested. If you could get iPad mini information from me earlier, that'd be really swell.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Okay. Here it is. Apple Watch Series 10. Larger screen, thinnest Apple Watch ever by about 10%. And 42 and 46 millimeters now?
Yeah. That's so big. That's so big.
It's the biggest screen on any Apple Watch. And you might say...
It's bigger than the Ultra.
You might say, wait, guys, can you at least do your research before hopping on the mic? It's obviously not bigger than the Ultra because the Ultra is the most expensive watch, and the Ultra, therefore, being the most expensive, should have all the best features.
It's also called Ultra.
Right? Like, the biggest Pro Max has the biggest screen, and it's the most money.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Nope. No, not anymore.
Oh, no, you say.
Yeah, they changed their minds. Actually, the Series 10 has... We'll get into the Ultra. Don't worry, bro. John, I have been holding in these thoughts for too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's really cool, though?
Yeah.
I thought about being disappointed in Series 10, right? But, you know, when Series 11... I wish.
Jesus,
when Series 7 was announced... Well, we got a bigger screen. It goes further out to the edge. And that looked minimal update in terms of like hardware on the inside, but that was a cool outer appearance change. That was maybe not a massive change, but if you buy every Apple Watch or if you're a fan of Apple Watch, that's a cool thing. It looked way, way better. So now they made the watch bigger, right? Now it probably looks even crazier, right? They wouldn't make the bezels on the 10th one bigger, right? That wouldn't be a thing they do. That didn't make any sense. But it seems to me, I'm not an expert, but it seems to me if you look at the watch, it doesn't go edge to edge as it used to. The display, anyway. It looks like it's stopping a little sooner. It looks a little less like the Series 7 and more like the Series 5 blown up.
Wait, why did you notice that and I didn't?
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I ruined your day.
Wait, now I'm looking through all the images.
Yeah, bro. The bezels are thicker now. The watch is bigger, but the bezels are thicker. Watch big, bezel big.
Hold on. I have to go to apple.com to see this for myself because they show a comparison.
You know what? Yeah, before we say some crazy shit like this on the podcast, we should at least confirm it.
I believe you.
Monumental display.
But the new touch.
Not yet. Do not encourage this. This behavior.
I do like that we have a slider to show how much thinner it gets.
Mm-hmm.
But I do fear that John Prosser may be correct, as you can see.
Is there anyone else that has noticed this? Like, there's got to be an article or something somewhere. Notice they keep comparing it to the Series 6. That's fucking why. Because if you have a slider from Series 7 to Series 10, you're going to... Yeah, the watch gets bigger, but so do the bezels. And that'll be instantly noticeable. They did that at the event, too. They were like, look at it compared to the Series 6. Brother, that was 4 watches ago. Why would you possibly be comparing the Series 10 to Series 6? That's like going, hey, look at how great iPhone 10 is. Now look at it next to iPhone 6. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, why? This is blowing my mind. I think I haven't had enough time to marinate, even though I have rewatched the event almost twice now.
Oh, you brave man.
I know, because I felt weird about it. I think you're right. I just wish that there would be... Is there a front... If I go to Apple Watch Newsroom, Series 9, right?
Yeah.
They can't take away the newsroom images. So there's got to be a straight-on shot of the Series 9.
There's a Reddit post about it. I'm going to text you.
Text me. Do they have a comparison?
They do. I do believe so. I didn't look, to be honest, I didn't look long enough.
Interesting. Okay. I'm ready. Thicker bezels. This is going to be breaking news on the Genius Bar because this is crazy.
It's just a thing he said. He didn't give any proof.
It does look a little bit bigger. It has 1 upvote. Oh, people in the comments are mad. They're saying, is this an illusion? The cope is strong.
Oh my God, bro. I fucking hate Apple fans.
Hold on. It says it looks the same, but the metal curls around the edges. Less so, more of the edge is glass. The person said, you're right. I see it now.
Yeah, this is a negligible thing, but yeah, it's just one of those... I don't know, it looks thicker to me.
Do we have a side angle? Because remember on the webs... I mean, hold on. I just realized right here they kind of show us the side angle. No, John, I think you might be wrong. It does wrap around the edges. Look at the side. Watch me refer... Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Watch this.
I didn't see anything.
Okay, so watch this animation. See? We're going to do it again. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's zoom. See? It wraps around the edges still.
It does.
I think it's either the same... I don't know.
It shouldn't be this suspicious.
It should. Why are we doing a frame? Why are we actually frame by framing to figure out if the new watch
comments of Genius... Okay, this is now your responsibility, geniuses. I know it's a heavy burden to carry, but we're going to need you to discuss this in the comments, and then we will... Whatever you guys agree to, we will agree. Fuck the facts. Whatever you guys agree on, we'll agree. You have the power.
So, yes, it was very... Okay, here's the deal. I bought one of these.
Okay.
Because I don't know... I guess let's just get into the details. And I've been trying to figure out a second video to make about this event, because right now, obviously, if I do just like an Apple Watch video, nobody's going to care, because it's been a day. Everybody knows what's up. But this feels... Something about this, a whole event, and there's a through line that I feel like my brain has been neural networking. I've been using the M6 chip in my head to like figure out, and I feel like I'm so close but so far, because
in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. This event feels like the clearest picture yet that Apple is starting to become a fragmented company.
Go on. We're listening.
And that I feel that Apple is essentially everything they warned against of what Android was, and they're not there, but they're getting closer.
Okay, they're dancing with the devil a little too much.
If we look at the Series 10, right, we can just look at the infographic at the end, for example, because it is, for all things considered, the biggest Apple Watch update in a while. right?
Yeah,
I mean, in 3 years?
Yeah.
Sure. It's got the bigger display. It's the thinnest Apple Watch I've ever made. It's got the new Tides in Depth app on the non-Ultra model. It's got the wide-angle OLED. It's got upgraded speakers. Yeah, sleep apnea tracking, which, by the way, is coming to the Series 9. Did you know that?
Sleep apnea tracking. I thought the watch had sleep apnea.
Oh, it's easily confused.
Yeah, I did see it was going to the Series 9 as well.
Yeah, the watch snores pretty loud. So, seeing this, I have to say I was a bit underwhelmed. Yet, I was also excited for the Ultra 3. Because if the Ultra 3 was going to come in black, the wide-angle OLED, the upgrade... Oh, there's a new chip inside as well, an S10. They miniaturized everything a bit more. Maybe they could slim down the Ultra in some way. Maybe they could upgrade the Ultra with better speakers. It would be getting all the new health features. It would have... There was a rumor from Jeff Poo a few years ago that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 was going to get a larger display. So I see this and I'm watching in real time thinking, oh, so we're actually going to get a pretty big Apple Watch Ultra upgrade 2 years in. They're going to make it bigger. It's going to get all these improvements, and it's actually going to be a pretty good value proposition for $800.
Mm-hmm. You would think that, yeah.
And then we got to the Apple Watch Ultra 3 section, of which Apple starts out with their pitch by saying it's the most accurate GPS in a sports watch.
That's a weird typo at the bottom. You see that Apple Watch Ultra 2 on the Apple Watch Ultra 3 section. I mean, people, they are fragmented. Someone messed that up.
They're still doing the timestamps. I'm sure they'll fix that. It's still fresh. So they show this off, and we get, honestly, what I think is in my top 5 reveal videos of all time. It's got this heavy, brash, like domineering, almost a Viking drum beat to this black titanium. Like the sound design and the pitch for this, unreal. We see the new band that Apple announced. I am hyped out of my mind.
That is the craziest, coolest band I've ever seen.
Right? Somebody's got to say it.
That's a fucking sweet-ass band.
It looks... Whoever did this reveal video should have done the entire event. I really wish they had. Then we jump to what's new with Apple Watch Ultra 3. And I'm confused as I'm watching because he keeps saying the new black Ultra 2.
That's weird, right?
I'm confused because the Ultra 2 came out 365 days ago, almost to the day.
And they wouldn't possibly, put out a color a year later, just a color.
Right, this would be a mid-cycle refresh. This would have been done last year. It's just the same thing.
It could have been
black.
An email, could have been a press release. Like they wouldn't, right? They wouldn't make a product reveal video for a product that was definitely for sure already revealed, and the only difference is it has a different color.
But bro here starts talking to me, and he's not talking dirty. He's talking real vanilla. And all of a sudden, I come to find out that it's the same watch, John. It's the same. Actually, I have an announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
Guys, Apple sent me the Apple Watch Ultra 2.
Oh shit! Wow.
Guys, I didn't want to say it.
That's amazing.
Exclusive first look. Apple Watch Ultra 2, guys.
Can you prove it? Can you show us the bottom? I just need to see that there's a 2 on there.
Well, I'm breaking my embargo just for you guys by showing you the... Yeah, how does that work? If you get sent an Apple Watch Ultra 2 in the non-titanium, are you breaking... Like, how does that work? Because technically, am I breaking embargo for this new product?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I mean, did you agree to an embargo? Because if you didn't, then all bets are off.
No, I didn't. Apple actually has not spoken to me about this matter, but I'm looking forward to the day that they do.
So, unironically, they just updated the Apple Watch Ultra 2 with a new color. The color's great, but that's all that happened.
Good.
This is what we expected to happen because Quo and a few others, I think Shrimp, had said Apple Watch Ultra 2 is getting a black titanium color. That ended up being true, just a year off. Yeah. You're telling me you couldn't have given us this color last year? Are you serious?
It would have made so much sense because last year the Ultra 2 upgrade was just double tapping the chip. So
at least it got a new number. Maybe the 3's coming next month.
It didn't even get a new number, though.
That's what I mean. Maybe Ultra 3 is coming next month. This is
so here's my problem with this. It's not the fact that it's just black. It's the fact that this is an $800 watch, and the $400 watch has more and better features now. The Apple Watch Series 10 has a larger display. The Apple Watch Ultra 10 has a display that is better looking from more angles with a new LTPO OLED. They call it an OLED 3 display.
At least something got a 3.
The Apple Watch Series 10 gets a newer chip, an S10 on the inside. Now, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 technically has a brighter display still.
You mean the Ultra 2?
Sorry. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 has a brighter display still and double battery life because still.
Yeah, dude, that's the biggest fucking thing. Like, I want the new Series 10. I like watches that look like jewelry. But I never have to think about charging my Ultra. I checked. This is the Ultra 1. My battery health is still at 100% capacity. I charge it once every 3 days. It's incredible. As much as I love how the regular Apple Watch looks, the fact that I have to remember to charge it every day is such a bummer. That's peasant activity. I paid extra for the Ultra. Apparently that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Not to mention that neither of these watches ship with the blood oxygen sensor because Apple is currently in a dispute with a company called Massimo because Apple infringed on patents. So actually,
let me go.
The black Apple Watch Ultra 2 is worse. Actually, this year's Apple Watch Ultra got worse.
Yes. Okay, I'm just going to do a cheeky casual little thing where I'm going to go to a YouTube channel called FPT. I'm going to scroll down until I see a video about the Apple Watch getting banned, just to see how much time has passed since then. You might notice if you scroll, it was 8 months ago. There it is. You passed it. Up. It's the big red one.
Oh, right here. Oh, I remember that. That was that's a great title.
8
or great thumbnail. I mean,
8 months. Apple has unlimited, infinite money to settle this dispute. There's no excuse for this other than they are just being stubborn. They could make this all go away and make sure our Apple Watches ship with blood oxygen sensor as promised. But no, they won't. They're not doing that. Maybe if you buy enough watches, they will. Maybe then they'll have enough money and it won't be such a risk because, they're really hurting for cash currently.
It's so funny, our attitude. We're not even to the part that made me the most upset of this event, which is crazy. Like, that's actually impressive. And I feel like we may agree.
Oh, dude, the rage that just went through my veins. Okay.
Maybe I do need to make a second video about this event because I can't remember the last time. There actually hasn't been a time in the past. I don't know if I've ever felt like this after an event. Because, okay, well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Anyway, yes, it is actually possible that Apple released a new Apple Watch Ultra 2. They somehow released the same thing, but objectively worse this year. And that is a crazy thing. Now, here's the deal. If Apple would have said, and with all the great features as last year, Apple Watch Ultra 2 now starts at $699, that would have been a completely different story.
Yeah.
All of this would be forgivable. All of this would be acceptable because we know that whenever Apple releases a new version of the same thing or a new updated product, they discount the old models by $100. PSA to everybody out there. A lot of people don't know this. You can go into any physical Apple store right now and they will sell you an iPhone 15 or an iPhone 15 Pro for $100 cheaper than it cost 2 days ago. So It doesn't show them on your website. You can't do in-store pickup. But if you walk into an Apple store and say, hey, I want to buy an iPhone 15 Pro, they'll say, great, it's $899. Or the 15 is now $699.
Okay.
So you can do that if you want the old model for $100 cheaper.
Okay, don't. I don't want that.
Okay, what if you did? I learned that last year. I just am in a somehow they've made the decision of which Apple Watch to buy harder than ever.
Really?
Because I
feel like
about
this
going
year
down,
it's pretty clear.
what are you buying? What Apple Watch you getting?
I that's what I'm saying. Like the battery life on the Ultra, it's like it has me stuck. That's the only thing that I prefer about the Ultra. The only thing. But like in terms of if I didn't have an Ultra right now, and those were my choices, Ultra 2 that's worse than Ultra 2 from last year, and the new Series 10, obviously Series 10, it's gorgeous. It's actually gorgeous. It's borderline encroaching on too big, but gorgeous. The titanium,
Yeah, it's not fair.
goodness.
Goodness me.
Well,
It
I mean,
looks so good.
are you gonna buy an Ultra 2,
Yeah.
2.2?
And
You're gonna buy
1.9?
that watch?
Yeah.
After
it
all
looks
the shit
sick.
you just
It
for
Don,
minutes.
it looks unreal.
You can't reward this behavior. This is the problem. We complain.
know,
We
I
are the
know,
yes.
dude. It's
We are the sheep. Bah! We complain. We spent
Bah.
30 minutes complaining on this fucking show already, and then at the end you still go, "I'm gonna buy it." That's why they do it. That's
Well, no,
why
I
they
already-
do it.
I already bought it. It's done. It's not as if I'm going to. It's the money's been transferred from my Apple Card.
Congratulations, Apple. You win again.
I'm sick in the head. I need professional help. This is not news. And we're not talking about me or my mental health this show. We're actually talking about Apple. So let's redirect our attention
Okay,
to what it
yeah.
actually needs to be.
Yeah, I'm just taking my anger out on the closest person. Sorry.
That's super fair. I bought both. And I'm going to see. I'm going to wear them both and see what happens.
Okay.
So,
What color?
did you buy either?
What color are we looking at right there? That's not
That's the
that's
black
not
aluminum.
titanium, right?
No, that's the black, new jet black aluminum.
Okay.
And that
they
is
shine the shit
what I
out of
bought.
aluminum.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I want to know why. Okay, we're not to the iPhone yet.
I was not going to buy one, but
Right? It's not fair. Why do they do this to us?
I'm not buying that Ultra 2 again. I fucking hate them. I hate them. God damn it. I think, and you know what's worse? Are you good? Is there an earthquake happening?
It feels like there is. Sorry, I'm just touching it with my feet.
And you know what sucks? That's gorgeous. The watch is gorgeous at $400. But they also made it with titanium for more money. And I think I have to pay more money now because it looks better.
Dude, the titanium.
It's so hot.
It's not fair.
The gold titanium. Oh, God. I'm going to fucking puke. That's beautiful. That's terrible.
We are so. Why does anybody watch this show? We are like not okay people.
This is Stockholm
dude.
syndrome. Like this is
Yeah.
you're watching it live. This is what it does to people. Just if you're comfy and you're happy in your Android ecosystem. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. If you are with Samsung or Google and you were thinking, maybe I will make that jump. Don't. Stay far away. You don't want this to happen to you. Once you're in, and they will siphon you of every piece of your soul and your money.
Yeah. So we have new Apple Watches.
Look at it.
No Apple Watch SE. Did not happen.
That
It did not get
happen.
announced.
That did not
And
happen.
So
I wonder what happened because, like, Gurman had said a few days ago, Apple Watch SE in his Power On newsletter is coming after it was accidentally leaked on Front Page Tech, but no one's keeping track. And then the night before, he just lost his mind and started overcorrecting everything. And one of those things was, oh, never mind, Apple Watch SE. No, he said, I wouldn't be surprised if SE is delayed, is how he worded it. But one of the things he said that got me pretty hype, he said, the night before, you know what? AirPods Max are going to be there too. And they're going to have adaptive audio, new colors, USB-C. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Because, before an event, you have an idea of the money you are ready to spend. Like, you know what products you're going to buy, right? So I'm like, okay, add $550 then to my final cost as I walk out the door of this Apple event, because I'm definitely going to buy the new AirPods Max with adaptive audio. What is that noise?
With this busy iPhone 16 season, I've just needed some extra help, John.
Okay, well, good luck hiring anybody. That's impossible.
But not with Indeed that sponsored this episode of the Genius Bar.
Hey, you're telling me it's possible? Anything is possible with Indeed?
John, if you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors. According to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find candidates fast, John. And you know a thing or two about engines, don't you?
I love engines. You can ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging, so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employees, let me just say that again, 93% of employees agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to the other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey.
Here's what I love about Indeed. It makes it feel more personal. It feels like you can actually get to know the people a little bit.
I do love personalities.
You to be like, oh, that little dude, that little person, I feel like I could see them at my company.
Good job, little dude. I can see you at my company. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So, the more you use Indeed, the better Indeed gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show get $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/GeniusBar. Just head to Indeed.com/GeniusBar right now to support our show, so they know that we sent you over there, and just because we're great, and you should tell them we're great. Indeed.com/GeniusBar. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. A greater atrocity than what they did to Apple Watch Ultra 2. AirPods Max they have returned. There's a new version of them out, and by new version, I mean different colors and USB-C. And the rest, I'm going to give you a list of all of the amazing features that are launching with the new AirPods Max 2. Here comes the list.
Oh, really? They're getting that?
Yeah. Did you hear the bunch of nothing that happened?
I really hope the audio listeners were like, wait, did I miss something?
Nope, you didn't miss. That was the list. You got the list. These fucking assholes.
Dude. This is when she said AirPods Max still start at just $549. I broke my monitor. I broke my monitor, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean they still start at $549? They started at $549 4 years ago.
This is fucked up. These are, by the way, objectively, these are the best color AirPods Max. Blue is the best. Sam got these for me as a birthday present many years ago.
Yeah, in 2021.
Many years ago in tech world. By now, we should have had AirPods Max too. Best color, right? My biggest gripe with these AirPods Max is only that I have to charge it with lightning. These are the only reason I have a lightning cable around me anymore. It's just these, because I love these. These are my favorite over-ear, on-ear, whatever, headphones. They sound incredible. They're magical like all the AirPods are, but I have to charge them with Lightning. There's no other option. So not only did they bring out AirPods Max with the only change being it has USB-C now, but now I can't even get the color that I like the most because they got rid of that color and they give us new colors instead that are substantially worse. Here's a question, Sam. Can you find this out for me live on the show?
Yeah.
Can I still buy these? Like, can you buy the blue ones right now? And do they have, like, did they change everything to USB-C? Even the old colors?
I actually really like the new blue, and those are the ones that I bought.
Did you really?
They're kind of gray.
The midnight one?
No, they're the blue. Look.
Oh, the ones in the front over there? That's not.
They're kind of gray.
Look at how much blue.
Yeah, but these are kind of gray, which is why I kind of like them.
Ugh. What?
The orange is a vibe. Dude. You can't say the orange isn't a vibe. And
orange is nice. Also, Starlight's hot.
What?
Okay. The purple's really cool. The purple's really cool. I fucking hate him.
Dude.
$549 still. Oh my God.
With 0 improvements in 3.82 years.
Oh, but Sam, you get 3 months of Apple Music free if you spend $549.
Oh, no way. Dude, they didn't change the bra. I made a TikTok about this today. They didn't change the smart case. There's technically this has the H2 chip because if you count up the single H1 chips in each ear cup, that does equal H2. So,
okay.
Ahead of its time. Here's what's got me messed up.
$549, price didn't budge.
And I'm about to blow your mind right now.
Blow it. Blow me.
So, obviously, these are going to replace these ones with Lightning, and I'm going to start wearing the USB-C ones for the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what the new 3.5 to USB-C cable looks like to like connect them to hardware?
Is there a new one? Is this a joke?
No, there's not a new cable. They just didn't release a new cable.
Cool. Because that's what I love about AirPods Max is that they're $549, extremely heavy, made of every premium material that they could use. And then they launch a cable that cannot be used for any other Apple product. Like it is specifically made for the ultra premium headphones. And you would think, oh, the cable, you could get it color matched. It's probably braided, probably pretty thick. No, it is the worst piece of shit cable. I threw it away at some point. I don't even have that anymore.
We're talking about this. Yeah, yeah. It's the worst Apple
It's like they punish you if you want to plug it in.
Yeah. And may I add, I have to wear this stupid green thing on here to make it even wearable.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I take this little rubber cover off, the headband mesh breaks down after about 1.5 to 2 years.
Do you think they've quietly, like, fixed that?
Oh, we're gonna have a problem if they didn't. If Apple thought I would... Apple PR, if you thought I was vocal before... I'm about to grow a new vocal cord for this one. I'm about to engorge myself in a way that I've never been engorged before in Apple News. Because if you didn't fix the headband breaking down on a 500... pair of headphones, you're going to have a visitor at Apple Park, and it's not going to be a visitor that got invited.
Oh, I'll go with you. I was like, oh, the rage. Okay, right. So when they show the new colors, and I'm like, okay, colors are all right. USB-C, thank you, God. No new features? Really, Apple? Instantly, I'm like, okay, well then surely, here it comes. The announcement, $100 cheaper, $50 cheaper. They're $500 even now. $450 would be That's great. Thank you, Apple. I can't even be mad. But it's the same fucking price. It's $400 more than it should be. They made it $549 again. You have to pay the same price again.
Just for USB-C.
There's no like, oh, yeah, you get it cheaper if you bought the first pair and you just want the new port. Me, Sam, both got to pay $549. Sorry, my brain it doesn't even want to say it. You absolute monsters. And then I didn't know what I'm getting dizzy. I'm so mad.
Yeah, no, I lost consciousness a few moments ago when I hit the mic.
I don't know what happened at the rest of the event because I couldn't get past my anger. I couldn't hear anything over the price of AirPods Max.
But they did the same shit, and I'm gonna curse. Sorry, Mom.
I'm gonna curse.
They did the same fucking shit with the Ultra 2. So now I gotta watch for $800 that's worse than the old one, and a new pair of AirPods Max at USB-C. I don't even have a cable to charge them with. And did you see, to add just the cherry on the top of everything else, did you see that the new AirPods 4 don't include a cable in the box anymore? They don't even include a charging cable when you buy the AirPods 4 now. And we haven't even gotten to AirPods 4, which actually are a pretty good update and they look pretty great and probably the best product of this whole event. But the point is, they took the cable out of the box.
But the Earth. The cables will wrap around the sea turtles or whatever.
I'm going to wrap a cable around my neck and jump off a chair if they keep doing this, okay? Sorry, I don't know if we can put that on the internet.
Oh, we are. Listen.
I would have used my AirPods 4 cable, but it doesn't have one.
As expected, we got two versions of AirPods 4. Why? Because fuck you. There's the version that is AirPods 4 without ANC, which why would you do that? Or for a little bit more money, you can get AirPods 4 with ANC. And so, I gotta ask, Apple, you know how Sam mentioned the fragmentation that you're just placing upon us? No reason to split up the same headphones, the same product line. Why are there two versions of literally the same thing? That makes, if you're going to put ANC in AirPods 4, just sell it. If you got to charge a little bit more, okay, we're just going to have to eat it like we always do. But now this is like, do you want Apple Pencil or Apple Pencil USB-C? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you ship both versions?
Yeah.
Make a choice. Ship AirPods 4 with no ANC and stand on business. Or if you're going to add ANC, just ship those ones. Why do you have to make someone choose which? They already have to pick which AirPods they want. And now even if they decide I want AirPods 4, now they have to decide which version of AirPods 4 they want. Try to explain that to a normal human.
Will you have to edit if we just play a short audio clip? Like, does it come through at all?
Oh, I'll do it. I don't care.
I don't want you to have. Okay, I just want to hear you how she says this, because I think this is the clearest illustration of Apple losing the thread of this entire event. It's how she talks about the two different versions.
Style of AirPods. We created a second model inspired by some of the most impactful features of AirPods.
Like, she goes through it. She says,
more advanced performance in this style of AirPods. We created a second model.
Like, what? What? Why didn't you just make what? Dude, and I'm going to say it. And I know this is cliche. Steve Jobs is rolling.
Oh, Steve. Yeah, Steve's been this event killed Steve 8 more times. This brought him back to life. You don't even know this because you guys can't see him. Steve was on his way back, and they just gave him cancer again and sent him back. This is what they're trying to do. Are they trying to give us AirPods Pro but for people that don't do well with the silicone tips, because in that case, just AirPods
That's
Pro
great.
without silicone tips. But this isn't AirPods Pro. It's AirPods 4 with AirPods Pro features without silicone tips. So now the only thing that makes the Pro ones Pro is silicone?
And the hearing aid feature.
Yeah, but I can hear. So for me,
Well, for now.
that's the only separation, is that it's silicone.
Yes, but I think, okay, my counter to that is that's actually good for me because traditionally the Pros have not worked great. So I mean, these look like the headphones I have been as a niche customer asking for like 4 years. Super excited for these. Already bought them. Probably going to become my main AirPods because they have the H2 chip inside. And that's something else that's really pissed me the hell off.
Go ahead.
Why does a $130 pair of AirPods, why does your budget model have a better chip inside and likely better sound quality than the $50 headphones?
Okay, sir, they don't have better sound quality, but I get what you're saying. I understand.
We don't know that.
Oh,
we don't know that.
I would be very shocked, impressed. I would buy all of them.
We don't know that.
Now,
it actually really hurts your head if you do that.
I bet it does.
It's like pushing air. Ow.
it's definitely not. I could be wrong, but I don't believe this is a watered down version of ANC. The only difference is AirPods Pro with silicone tips have a better seal, so it's perceived better.
Oh, you're joking, right?
Huh.
Oh, no, they changed the entire website after these come out to say that the AirPods Max and AirPods Pro have pro-level noise cancellation.
Yeah,
And
but
these
that's
just
the
have
thing.
regular.
Do they just mean silicone tips because it has a better seal?
Well, these don't have don't have silicone tips, and they
That's
say this has
true.
the same pro level.
That's true. Why?
So, yeah, these
so they
also
made a
don't-
worse ANC.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They literally changed the language on their website, and they're like, actually, you didn't know how good that old ANC we gave you was. This new version's kind of dog shit, but we're gonna give it
What
to you
did they
anyway.
do? Just start deleting lines of code and then ship it? Like, what happened?
That's kind of what it. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 literally doesn't have an oxygen sensor this year.
Dude, You know,
There was one cool AirPods feature.
what is it?
It's the hearing aid capability.
Oh,
I think actually
that's a
game-changing.
fucking game changer. That's the highlight of this event. That's so disruptive. It's insane. That's the coolest. This is where Apple pays attention to places where others don't. The thing that you buy already just now makes hearing better, way more accessible. First of all, as a hearing aid, but second of all, a clinically adjacent hearing test that you can take with just AirPods, that's a game changer. That's fucked up. That's crazy that they could just pull the trigger on that. It's also crazy that it's only an AirPods Pro, but silicone tips, they're better that way.
My guess there is that they did run. Also, I gotta call somebody out for a tweet that I just saw.
Okay, I'm ready.
I read this and my head exploded.
Streamlines?
MacRumors headline is Apple streamlines AirPods lineup with 4th generation dual model launch. If you have to have two hyphenated words next to each other, that's not simple.
What are you talking about?
Who? Please tell me this wasn't Hartley. Hartley's going to break my heart if he wrote this.
Hartley, break his Hartley.
No, it was Julie. That sounds like something Julie would write.
Come on, guys. Like, you don't need to just lie.
I mean, I get they are trying. They're scraping for content the next day. I don't even blame them. I'm doing the same thing. But that was AirPods. They updated.
Here's the thing. I have been preaching for the last month that the days of giant leaps technologically are over. If you are gearing up to watch an Apple event expecting to be surprised by something big or expecting a massive difference year over year, you're only hurting yourself by having those expectations, because that is not going to happen anymore. That is not the era we're in. It's going to be incremental from here on out. That's just how it's going to be. You can accept that and just enjoy the Apple events, or you can be upset every year when they don't give you as much as you thought you wanted. I have been preaching that for a month, and they still fucking piss me off. They did worse than that. It was worse than what I was trying to warn people about. They made it so much worse.
They went backwards. That's why. That's
They
why.
went, yeah, that's a good point, John. Let's fucking make it worse. This company, I still buy everything they make. This is why my fucking mom died. To get away from this shit way before it could hurt her. I don't even fucking blame her. The year after the iPhone came out, she did too. She kicked the bucket in 2008. A year after the iPhone. She knew this was coming. She fucking knew it. And she left me to deal with it.
You want to talk about the iPhone 16?
Yeah, I think it's really great.
Dude, the 16 looks so
The
good.
complainy part of the podcast has now ended.
The 16 looks so good, dude. The design.
It's so good. It's so good.
Looks so good. The colors are incredible. The vibes.
What is wrong
incredible.
with you, company? How dare you? You've been shipping watered down, pastel looking, can't even tell what color looking iPhones for 5 fucking years, and you could do this? This is definitely not the first time you've seen that. You tested colors like this, and you had the opportunity to see how awesome it was. And you didn't ship it. That is wild. Look at that color. The aquamarine, ultramarine, whatever the hell it's blue. It's blue, and it's fantastic. It's incredible. So good.
It looks so good. And I like, dude, if the regular model had no, because it has worse battery. We'll get there. But it's taken a different part of me to not get the blue or the pink one.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm fucking doing it. I am buying
crazy.
a blue iPhone 16. Actually, as proof and in preparation for this, what I have done is I have gone into accessibility in my settings, motion, and then I limited the frame rate just so I could be sure that I'm ready to do this. And I am. I don't give a shit. I'm done. I'm done with these. I'm done with Pro iPhones. This year, that blue is way more important to me than anything the Pro has. It is gorgeous. The idea of going back to a more simple experience and just getting a good phone is very, very seductive to me. I'm being seduced. It's working. It has the capture camera control button. It's got action button. It's got love and affection and joy.
I'm going to turn this feature. I'm going to turn on, just so everybody knows, I'm going to turn on my 60 FPS screen. And I want to get a live reaction of how it feels when I turn it on, okay?
Well, that's not very fair, but yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Oh!
Okay, there we go. See, look at his face.
Oh!
Okay, here's the problem, though, Sam. You did that. Okay, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Sam, hey, come back. Come back down. Come back down. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. It's going to be okay. Listen to me.
I put it back.
No. Turn it off. The problem is you turn it off, and right after you were looking at 120 hertz, of course you're going to notice it. Keep it off, and wait till the end of the podcast, and then look at it. It's just normal now to me. Doesn't hurt me at all. Here's the problem. I don't know if it's a bit or if I just watched him die and I should call somebody. Like, at what point is it not a podcast anymore? And when is it a cry for help?
Dude, you are not okay. That's the most John, because you're gonna get a banger video out of this.
Oh, you know
and
it.
It's gonna do. I know, but it's just you're sick in the head.
I'm not sick in the head, bro. Not a single fucking soul cares about 60 hertz other than you nerds. And
That is not true.
No. You shut the fuck up! I'm talking. I'm speaking. Listen.
Father, please don't beat me again.
Hang on. This fucking piece of shit.
What are you doing? Why is he unscrewing his microphone? Why is he freehanding his microphone? He's just fully disassembling his mic right now? He's currently, for just the visual, he is unwrapping and struggling to, by the way, unwrap the Velcro holding his XLR microphone cord onto his microphone stand. Oh, I think he's going to freehand it. I think he's feeling free. Oh, no, this is dangerous. Never let a white man grab a mic freehanded on a podcast.
You fucking listen here. I don't want to hear it from anybody. I don't have full power here at Genius Bar.
Dangerous.
I have to respect Sam's wishes. But on my channel, on Front Page Tech, 60 hertz comments are going to be automatically blocked. I will not read one. Oh, I'm not even going to fucking read them. I am sick of this. I made a whole video last year when there was a big drama surrounding the iPhone 15 only having 60 hertz. I made a whole dedicated video about that. I went out in public. With a microphone and I interviewed people and I said, how do you feel about iPhone having 60 hertz? And all of them were like, I don't know what that means. That's the real world. And I am not going to sit here in this tech sphere and listen to your bullshit when you're all fucking wrong. I saw someone on Twitter say it's robbery. Who are you? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're saying? Who are you clapping for?
The person who said the truth.
No.
Dog, don't sit here and act like Apple could not put it on the phone. They're
Could
doing
they
it
have?
next year. They're
Yes.
doing it next year anyway.
Fantastic. Happy about that. What I'm saying is, it is not a detriment. I am me, and I don't even care. I don't care. Don't care.
That's concerning, is what we're saying.
Why?
We're concerned that you don't care.
What?
Because
dude, you think this is the civil rights movement? What are you talking about? It just hurts. It's just a frame rate on the phone.
Do your eyes have retinas?
They do. That's why it's a retina display.
Yeah. Well, what if when God was making your eyes, he said he didn't pay enough, so we'll just give him the mini retinas.
That's not what they said. They didn't say you didn't pay enough. It's just, this is how it's been. If you require more, if it's so important to you, go ahead and spend $200 more for your 120 hertz. Go ahead.
Dog,
go ahead.
You're insane.
I hope Twitter opens for you so smoothly. I hope when you switch pages, I hope it's as smooth as butter. Oh man, I hope your life is so much better.
This looks so bad.
It literally does not, Sam. No, you're just exaggerating. It does not.
You want to know why? I bought a second iPhone 15 Pro last year just so I didn't have to look at a 60 hertz screen.
Oh, good. Okay, good for you. Wow.
Yeah,
you're a fucking nerd too.
It's that worth it. Yeah, and guess
this
who else
is one of
is a
those
nerd,
things
Buster?
where I know everyone's going to be
You're
pissed.
king nerd, right up there with me. We share the throne.
Well, I know it doesn't feel like you're sharing with me. I don't feel like I'm sharing anything. In fact, I know I'm alone. I know everyone in the comments they are just opening their anus and jumping on me. That's going to be the comments. Some people, here's the funniest thing. From me saying this, there are going to be people that are actually, unironically, angry.
Yes.
They're going to be angry because they think...
I'm one of them.
Yeah, they think that we got to stand up for the average consumer And we got to make sure that Apple stops limiting their lives. They don't deserve 60 hertz. They deserve 120 hertz. And when in reality, you like 120 hertz. You want 120 hertz. The average consumer you claim to be advocating for doesn't fucking know or care. They have bills to pay and important things to do with their life. This isn't their life. It's our life. We're nerds. We're goofy goobers. They are not. 60 hertz is the least of their worries. Groceries are very expensive. That's what they're worried about. They don't give a fuck about 60 hertz. And you can yell at me. You can be angry. You can call me names. You can unsubscribe. I wish you would, because then I won't have to read your comments anymore. I am standing on this this is my business, and I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it so much that I'm buying the 16 this year, the regular one.
See, that's okay. I would consider doing that, but it has worse battery. It has like 2 or 3 hours less than the Pro, and I cannot.
I have to charge my phone like 3 times a day anyway. This is a fucking piece of shit. I don't remember phones. I swear every iPhone I've had before this, I didn't have to charge 3 times a day. But ever since the 14, if I leave the house, this is what happens.
It's done.
If I ever leave the house and my phone's in my pocket and I'm like halfway down the road, I'll get this thought that's like, did you check your battery? Are you going to make it back home? So then I have to while I'm driving, a safety risk. Thanks, Apple. This is definitely your fault and definitely not mine. I have to look at how much battery I have. And if there's any less than 50%, my ass is going to turn around and probably grab a MagSafe battery that I have to charge with Lightning. And then I have to find a Lightning cable, or I could bring one of my many sponsored batteries, and those probably aren't charged. Everywhere I go, everyone else has the people that will definitely care about 120 hertz. Everywhere I go, those people have iPhones from 2 years ago, so they don't have USB-C ports for me to charge my phone with. So I'm screwed, always.
Here's the thing. People for years said the same thing about USB-C.
Said what?
Normal people don't care. They just use the charger on their phone anyway. And the reason I don't like that argument is because it's very old-fashioned, and it gives Apple the pass when they are getting the pass. The Apple's out of passes this year. Like, you can't not... okay, here's the deal. If they would have released a crazy Ultra 3, crazy new AirPods Max, crazy new phone, drop prices on stuff, and they still went to 60 hertz, I would have said, okay, whatever, that's fair. But it's the fact that you can't have a triple offense, okay? This is their triple offense in this event.
But it's not a new offense.
60 hertz. But it's a repeat offense.
There are egregious things that happen in this event.
Repeat offenders get the harshest sentences.
3 strikes and you're out.
Bang, bang, bang.
There are egregious occurrences of this that happened in this event. There are it's borderline war crime, a couple things that they did in this event. It's tragic, it's disgusting, and quite frankly, it's disappointing.
Let's go to the next. You want to go to the next
60 hertz is not
offense,
one of those things.
I actually have to leave in soon.
Okay, he has to leave soon. Let's continue. Pro.
No, what? Bro, we haven't even... Jesus. He's like, iPhone 17 rumors, let's go.
Okay.
My favorite part about this whole event, though, if I could crown something that 24 hours later, I feel a buffoon for sitting through, it is the part of the event where Apple talked about Apple Intelligence for 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
And then said, none of these are here.
I can't. It's just, I can't even be mad anymore. I don't have any more space in my...
Oh, I'm pissed. I thought for sure they were going to say, and we're actually launching these on day one. I thought they were going to do it. Because then, John, there's one feature that Apple showed off at this event that I said I knew it. 4 months on my YouTube channel, I said there's going to be... I said exclusive AI features, but I was like, there's going to be at least an exclusive AI feature for the 16th. That's going to be the whole point. It's going to have to do with AI. The event is teasing different type of AI rainbow type thing. So they show it. They show off the exclusive iPhone 16 AI feature that we have been waiting for. It's called Visual Intelligence. And here's how it works. You click the little capture button on. We're calling it the capture
Sorry,
button.
that's
Click
the camera
button,
control button to you, sir.
and you point it at something, and your phone will tell you about it.
It's Google Lens, but there's a button for it.
And it's built in at a system level.
That's cool.
This part was insane, though. Where they go, I have to play the audio just because of how absurd it is.
Okay.
Instead of asking the other human what type of dog they have procured,
Maybe
just
they don't know.
point your phone and be nonverbal. Dude, that was, I audibly laughed aloud.
Like he didn't ask. I never thought about that. From her perspective, he just fucking took a picture of her. He got down and took a picture of her dog like a weirdo.
He gave her the Chipotle.
Chipotle sounds
you sure
so
about
good.
that? You sure? Bro, it's just the way Craig says it. The way he says it, bro.
Click.
And then there's that cute little puppy at the park. I'm photographing your dog. Isn't this a great part of Apple visualization? That was dude, like, you cannot parody this. Who saw this and said that's okay? He went, picture your dog. Dude, and then she walks away. No, watch the end of this interaction. He looks, it says Australian cattle dog. Watch. He doesn't even acknowledge her.
Oh
He doesn't
my
acknowledge
God.
her. Look
He's
at
like,
this.
all right, I'm done with you now.
Bro, look at this. Click. She just walks
and she just
away.
leaves. She's like, I guess I'm just gonna go.
She's like, all right, buddy, let's get away from the strange man with the camera control button.
Also, that dog is not there.
What do you mean?
Is that? Are we looking at two different frames? Like, was the guy on the left filmed separately from the dog? What's the dog looking at? Dog looks like he's looking at a trainer with a treat over there. What a cute boy.
I feel like he's probably special. He's probably like a CIA dog that had
Probably.
the training to know what to do. Dude, that part is just that. I think I do need to make a second video about this event. I'm trying to figure out a way to package it so that people will care.
Yeah, it's like you also have to figure out a way to make your anger manageable.
Yes.
Because
They have classes for that, I guess.
no, not even those classes will work.
Dude. Okay.
You
So
know how
that-
they say time heals all wounds?
Yeah.
10 years from now, when you bring up this event, I'll still be pissed.
We are. The September 24 event is going to go down to the books. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But okay, we should talk about the big new upgrade.
They might
for the
have.
16.
They might as well have held it on September 11th because it's just.
It feels just as bad. A second camera control button has hit the tower.
We can't make jokes yet. I don't think. It's terrible. It's a very terrible thing, and that happened in America. Very, very bad, and I feel very bad every time I think about that day. I get sad. But if you can't,
Let's
laugh,
talk about the button. The one thing that is there on day one when you buy your iPhone 16.
Yeah.
They were able to ship a new camera button that is touch and pressure sensitive, and apparently it does physically move like a real button as well, which is interesting. It's kind of like a combo hybrid button.
It is
Even though
sweet.
it doesn't pop out or protrude from the phone, which is really interesting. It's inset. You can see in the screenshot. And what do you think? We heard about this button for a year.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what to do with the action button now because I use my action button now to open my camera app, but now it's got another button to do that, and so now my action button will have no actions. But I'm still happy to have it. It is on all four models, even though there was like a last-minute worry that it wouldn't be. It's on all four models, and the only difference is like you have a bit more control on the Pro models, mainly because you have more options in terms of hardware.
I mean, they did it. They added the button. I was shocked to see this announced on every model, but as soon as they showed off visual intelligence, I said, I get it. They're setting up these phones as the AI cameras that point and tell you what it is. That is just the first step of Apple's plan here. Oh, maybe that's my video. Apple's secret AI plan. That would be a positive spin on this fucking catastrophe.
Yeah. Their AI stuff is horseshit though too, because
it's not even out.
Yeah, all that happened here, which is just sad, is that Apple's doing their typical Apple thing, which we all appreciate here, which is they want to make sure things are polished before they're released. I admire that. I prefer that. I love that. The problem is, this year, every other tech company has announced an AI feature, or many AI features. Samsung, killing it. Google, absolutely killing it. In 2024, Apple cannot announce an iPhone without AI stuff, because then they look like they are very far behind. So instead, they feel the pressure. They got a little flame under their butt. They're freaking out a little bit. And so they just start saying stuff. They just start saying stuff at WWDC, and they said stuff at this event. My favorite line was, some features rolling out next month with even more throughout the year, or by the end of the year. Bro, what features and when? Out of everything you talked about, when you say features are coming next month, can you tell me which ones? Do you know which ones? How can they just say things that are not ready, don't know when they're going to be ready? And it wasn't like Apple Intelligence was mentioned for the first time yesterday. You had many, many months, years leading up to WWDC, and you opened your mouth, and you had from WWDC to now to ship something with the phone. Not a goddamn thing. Tragic.
First features are coming in October. Everything else.
But I won't care by then, because October is iPad mini month.
That is true.
I don't have time for Apple Intelligence then.
The iPhone 16 Pro got announced at the event.
It is the same thing, except for gold, which the gold... Gurman called the gold impressive. I would call the gold...
That looks terrible.
I would call the gold the same thing that I bought on my 14 Pro, and I hated it. I hated it the whole year.
Yeah, this is not the shimmery bronze. It looks real. It's horrible. I'm not even gonna try to hide. The gold looks. It's the worst color I've ever seen on an iPhone,
I am over the Pro phones, like the whole aesthetic of metal, everything heavy. I'm over it. You guys have fun. You do the Pro thing. I'm going back down with the regular people.
The poor people, as you used to call them, for the poor people models?
Oh boy, here I go. I'm going to be so poor. And I'm going to be poor with a prettier phone than you.
You're right. But I'm going to have longer battery, and that's literally all I care about, because finally, I don't care. Here's where this would have been acceptable. If Apple said, we are releasing the iPhone 15 Pro again, but the battery's 4 hours longer, I would have said, take $2,000, $3,000 for that phone. Okay. I don't give a flying anything.
Okay.
Because all I wanted was better battery. Mm-hmm. And they delivered. They delivered better battery. And to that, they are 4 years late, but I thank you.
Longest battery ever on an iPhone is what they said?
Yes, it sounds like we're finally going to get back. Even though this test it's longer than the 13, I have never beat the battery life on my iPhone 13 series. I think that this is actually going to be better. So, yeah, compared to the 15s, Apple is quoting 4 hours of offline video playback longer, which that's pretty good.
That's a lot.
So that means if you're probably streaming and actually using the phone, hour and a half, 2 hours minimum, I would say. Our minimum, but like either way, the battery is longer.
Maybe you won't have to charge it.
Thank you. That's not going to be true because it's just they're going to get us to usable levels finally.
Thanks, Apple. You're so generous.
Yeah.
I will say.
So. Hooray.
This is the first year. I'm glad that everyone had to wait till the very end of the show to hear this, because this is my takeaway for this. Because I didn't tweet. I've had no commentary on this. You're hearing it here first. This is the first year where the Pro phones are actually Pro.
Yeah.
Like, for every year previous, all the Pro just meant features that are not on the other ones. But now, the regular iPhones have what used to be the Pro features, so the gap has narrowed that way. But because of that, it has given the Pros a little bit more room to actually be Pro. This is the first year where you need to be honest with yourself. Are you buying Pro phones because you can afford it and it's the thing that you do every year and you're just rinse and repeat? It's a cycle. Like, are you just buying them because you think you have to, or do you need it? Because I highly doubt most of you will need a Pro phone. It's more Pro than even I need this year. A lot of the focuses are on video and audio, right?
That's crazy that you're saying this.
I know, but here's the thing. I'm blown away by the audio stuff, by the way. That's it. I just magic. Incredible. But here's the issue. All of the Pro features that are coming to the Pro phones this year are now encroaching on my, like, what I do for a living. And for all of the things that now the iPhone can do, I already have dedicated equipment to do those things, and I can do it better. If iPhone is your only device, sure. This is a deal. Like, this is a value. Do you know how much my microphone that I record, just a microphone that I record the show with, is $200 more expensive than an iPhone Pro, an iPhone 16 Pro? Just my microphone. You're getting cameras, incredible audio capabilities in a thing that is also a phone. That's crazy. But now it's like, it's so niche and so specific that now it's just doing the things that I already have the equipment to do. So now I literally no longer need the Pro phone. They have out-pro'd my needs now. Thoughts?
That's such a hot
from
take,
you?
I feel. I thought you were going to say, like, this is the year they got 4 microphones on the Pros. They have the audio. Dude, we have to show that really quick. The audio, like,
Audio mix.
in-scene. I thought, I was just thinking of you this entire time.
Oh, I was losing my mind. Hey, you're not sharing your screen, by the way. Oh, there it is.
It's crazy. You can, like, adjust who you hear in frame using machine learning and AI.
Yeah.
And mics and...
Yeah. So, effectively, the options that you're getting here are, that, first of all, there are 4 studio mics, what they're calling studio mics in the iPhone. Take that as you will. But now, like, when you're doing a video recording, there's an option for audio mix, which gives you a few options. There's in-frame, which is like whatever you're looking at, it's going to focus on that. Or you can also choose just standard audio. The other option is studio, which I don't think anyone realizes how insane that is. Even the way they worded it specifically mimics the sound of sound-treated walls. So it's not just less reverb, it's mimicking the sound as if you were in an enclosure, a professional sound-treated enclosure. That's insane. But also insane is something that I focus on a lot. In every podcast that I put out, I add room tone and some ambience, because to me, complete silence is proof of the work of amateurs. Watch any movie. That's like the difference between a short film and a feature film is the environment sounds alive. And they just added it. Now there's a cinematic audio mode that will allow you to bring ambience back in to mimic that sound. It's like the people using this probably don't understand what's happening. And that's the coolest part. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to know how it works. You're just going to Disney World and hopping on the ride. That's crazy that they're just giving you that feature now. Incredible updates for audio mix and the video too. It's crazy.
And you're going to get that on the regular 16.
I don't need that. All the features that they just announced, I can.
No, I'm saying you do. You actually get audio mix on the 16.
I do. Yeah. I won't use it, but that's really cool. It's
pretty sick, right?
Well, then what the fuck? Why would you spend more money? Why would you buy the Pros?
That 120 hertz in battery, John, and that person is me.
Okay, that's incredible.
Mics.
Good job, guys. Wow. How many times have you shot in ProRes log since you bought your
Never.
iPhone 15 Pro? Okay.
Never.
I rest my case.
But that's because I'm not the target audience for this. This is targeted at teens and young people that want to make movies, and older
But you
people
bought
too.
it.
I literally buy the Pro. I'm going to repeat this for the ProMotion 120 hertz display. That is genuinely, Apple could say just the screen is $1,000 upgrade, and I go, here you go. Thank you.
You're an insane
Have a good day.
person.
And I'd be so happy.
I do a podcast with a crazy man.
The second Apple drops a Pro Display XDR with 120 hertz ProMotion, I'll go, here's $8,000 to $10,000. Thank you.
That makes sense.
Have a good day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I already have the old one. I need the 120 hertz, bro.
Yeah. So I think
it makes me feel something in my nether regions.
That makes me even happier for you. Honestly, that's a really cool. That explains a lot. I take everything back I said about 120 hertz and 60 hertz comparatively, because if it does something in your nether regions, that's a pretty good deal. I just love. Yeah, and then, dude, as somebody who does make music sometimes, the voice modes feature, I was like, that's actually going to be so useful. That's so dope. Again, now that is a pro feature I will actually use. There are so many times I want to do this and record over like piano that I play. Mixtape coming soon, don't you worry. And yeah, you don't realize how hard it is to do this. You usually have to like record in a, take one iPad and play the speaker out of there and then record your voice. It's, this is just all doing it on device. Again, that looks like a pro exclusive feature that I will actually use that feature. And you can control the balance of like, yes, that's just, so lovely. It's amazing. There's also, better battery. Like I said, 4 hours, which is great. Did I mention the battery's better? Did I mention they same prices, $9.99. Didn't get a price increase after all. Yeah, after all of that. And this happens every year. We do this every year, but it really seemed like, even I fell for it a little bit this year. I was like, okay, yeah, they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but they weren't. Yeah. Spatial photos are a thing now. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Which is why we got the way more aesthetic, pretty camera layout on the regular ones. Yeah. The diagonal thing was just so silly. Ugly. The reveal for the 16 Pro, meh. You said man or meh? Meh. I agree. I'm telling you, bro, this event, and maybe this is a hot take, I think a number of the renders that I put out this year were better than Apple's event. And 1,000%. Because like you guys tried. Which is a really cool thing. Shout out to my goat, Artifacts, my goat, and Crody, Shay, Concept Central, the Dream Team. I just, I don't know. You'll also notice if you go through the event, there's not a lot of great B-roll to use in YouTube videos. Like, there's really no actual. This is one of 2 shots of the actual camera design. Yeah, it was kind of like that last year too. It was rough. This event, I noticed that Apple very specifically did not show anything that is not new. Like, camera's the same,
we're not doing a spinny zoom, nice animation of the cameras. We're just going to show you the design, and if the camera happens to be there, cool. They also did this with the design of the Pros generally. They go, it's got a gorgeous new design, and I was like, oh, very excited to see.
Dare they?
They
say
jump
that.
to the front of the phone. They don't show the back. There is not a single shot of the back of the phone side by side because it
Interesting.
looks identical. I also noticed Apple did something new. This is the last thing I want to close out on, and then I do actually have to run. If you're wondering why I'm running, the debate's happening, and I want to watch it.
We're both going to be booking it here in a few minutes.
I actually have to go over to Luke's house because I told him I'd watch it with him.
How cute.
Yeah, where it's a little date. He's making me mac and cheese. Very, very sweet. Also, may I say that we kind of nailed the color?
Color's pretty good, yeah. I mean,
This is all rendered.
You nailed the color, but the color's still bad.
Yeah, no, terrible, terrible color. But I wanted to pull up.
Don't pull up your Twitter because I'm mad at you. I just haven't brought it up.
It's not my Twitter.
Apple Track doesn't belong to you?
No, Apple Trap. I know. I'm doing some tweet baiting. I wanted to show this. Did you notice there is a new Apple did something really interesting with the media this year? Oh, here it is. Here's a great example. They set up specific rooms for influencers to show off the new colors. There's like 7 of these TikToks I found where it's a private room where they had all the phones and we're like, go ahead, make your content. Like
That's
they just
cool.
put the phones on a silver plate. And I'm like, that is so wild. It's such a vibe shift for Apple, but also a really interesting way that they're marketing them. Like they're very much like, look at pretty new colors.
The Pro phones are not,
Literally.
they don't look as good. They just don't look as good.
No, they look
now.
worse. But man, that ultramarine and that pink, dude, that pink.
The
Look at her
pinks-
eyes with the pink. You can see, look at her face with pink versus everything else. I love I Justine
Yeah, the
so
pink
much.
goes really hard.
Justine, I've said this before in my head and I'll say it publicly. Justine is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. In another life, I was her dancing in the Apple store. She's great. She also owns a Cybertruck now, also similar to my foreseeable future. And just shout out to the GOAT for killing it once again.
Thanks, Justine. And thank you, Apple, for giving us gorgeous phones for the first time in ever. Maybe the prettiest
thank you.
phones. I think the 16, like the regular base model, is prettier. The prettiest phone since 10S.
10S was ugly, but yeah.
I thought we went into this agreeing so well, and then I don't know what
I know,
happened.
but then you started talking ish about
10S
60
is
hertz.
gorgeous. It's the prettiest phone.
No, but the gold was like a Band-Aid gold.
Cool. I love Band-Aids.
Yeah, you look like somebody who needs a Band-Aid.
You're going to need a Band-Aid if you keep fucking bringing up 120 hertz versus 60 hertz.
We're both going to need a
Band-Aids.
Band-Aid if Apple ever runs this playbook back for another event. This was so sad. This was like the event I look forward, not forward to the most. I look forward to Dub the most, but this was the event that, you always hope that they're not going to botch it in some time. Not every event can be their best event, and the Dub event was pretty good, so.
Well, can we end with a question for you?
Sure.
Do you think that the event was this way, and by this way I mean kind of lazy, not their best effort, they didn't give it 100%.
Hundo P.
Do you think they did that because there's something they're distracted and working on something that's coming that's better and worth their time and effort, or do you think they're just getting lazy?
I think if I had to bet, I would say it's somewhere in the middle. I have a feeling something went wrong on a couple things.
Okay. Yeah, I could
Like that
buy
there was an Ultra 3 with a better screen and the same faster chip, and then like they just couldn't figure it out. And then it was like, well, we got to drop something. Okay, we had black ready last year. We decided to hold that.
Also,
okay, black's
Apple,
coming out.
that makes sense. I bet Apple Watch Series 10 was supposed to be like the highlight of the show, but they didn't get to ship the magnetic band system. They didn't get to like all the stuff that we heard for 12 months did not happen.
And same with AirPods, but AirPods Max is a tough one. I don't know how you screw up putting a new chip and better audio.
That's just evil what they did.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks
what about
for...
you? What do you think?
Oh, I think they're distracted by something. I just don't know what the something is. I don't know. Like, it could be as simple as they are freaking out because Apple Intelligence is not ready. And so they just don't have time for anything else, and they're just trying to get stuff out because they promised stuff was coming out next month. I don't know. But it just feels like they were distracted and they didn't care as much, which is weird because this is like the flagship product of the year, every year. And they just didn't. And maybe that's why, because people are going to buy them anyway. We complained about this whole event, and then you were like, oh, I still bought everything that I just bitched about. Over $1,000 on stuff you literally already have. AirPods Max. Apple Watch Ultra. You just bought them again. That's evil. They're evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sick in the head, John. I'm sick in the head.
Well,
Okay.
so man, I was really hoping for a better episode after a better event, and neither of those things happened. So,
But it was great spending time with you, baby.
It was. And you know what, geniuses? No matter what happens, good or bad, throughout the years, we do it together. And this is just, we can't win them all, you know?
Make Apple great again. We've
Make
been saying
Apple
this.
great again. It used to be great. We got to pay attention to Apple's borders. If they don't protect their borders, there's no Apple. Make Apple great again. Is that all? Any parting words? What a show. We're just the greatest to ever do it, I think.
I wouldn't say that. But
I would.
I would say you're great. I would say you're the greatest to ever do it. I would say that.
No. We're the greatest. We're the best. We're the greatest.
I love you.
I love you too, Sam. You just wait till the music is over.
Okay. When are you dropping your video, by the way? I noticed you haven't dropped a video.
Oh. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't work very fast any longer.
Yeah.
And so, right when people care not at all about this stuff is probably when my videos get come out.
Other people. From what you told me, it's going to be a good movie.
You know, Mac Rumors is making their show shorter and less.
What do you mean?
I was watching the Mac Rumors podcast, and Dan announced that their show is going from an hour to a half hour, and they're taking like the last part of the year off because there's no news. But you know who's not making the show shorter? You know who's not taking the year off? You know who would never do that to you? You know who would just stick around and continue to give you a subpar experience anyway? Us.
We're so real for that.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Big things coming.
Make Apple great again.
And, well, yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
See you later, guys.